You're in clinical. The provider has ordered 75 milligrams diphenhydramine IM for a patient experiencing a reaction. The vial says 25 milligrams in 2 milliliters. This isn't just about doing math, it's about setting up the problem in a way that is clear, consistent, and clinically safe. In this video, I'll walk you through the problem using dimensional analysis. First, I'll show you the full setup and the final answer. Then, we'll do a second problem step by step so you can see what the method looks like on a new problem with guided support. Let's train that nurse brain and get started. Let's look at the full setup using dimensional analysis. Formatted the way we'll always build it. The provider orders 75 milligrams of diphenhydramine, and the vial says 25 milligrams per 2 milliliters. We start by writing the ordered dose as a fraction, 75 milligrams over 1. Why? Because dimensional analysis is built on multiplying fractions, and starting this way keeps your setup clean and consistent. And mathematically, anything divided by 1 is just itself. So writing 75 milligrams over 1 doesn't change the value. Then we add our conversion factors, 2 milliliters over 25 milligrams. The milligrams cancel, leaving milliliters. Now you multiply across the top, 75 times 2 is 150, and multiply across the bottom. 1 times 25 equals 25. Divide 150 divided by 25 equals 6 milliliters. Now, let's walk through how we got here step by step. Step 1. Start with what you know. Let's say the provider orders 60 milligrams of Ketorolac IM for pain. That's your starting point, your ordered dose. In dimensional analysis, we always write it as a fraction, 60 milligrams over 1. Why? Because this format sets you up to multiply it by conversion factors that will follow. And remember, dividing by 1 doesn't change the value. It just gives you the structure you'll use every single time. Step 2 is to add your conversion factor, the information from the label. In this case, the vial says 30 milligrams per 2 milliliters. So we write that as a fraction, 2 milliliters over 30 milligrams. Here's the key. The milligrams go on the bottom, so they'll cancel with the milligrams from your ordered dose. In dimensional analysis, canceling units is how you know your setup is correct. We want milligrams to cancel, and we want milliliters left, because that's what we're solving for. So always check, do your units cancel before you calculate? Now that your units are set up and your milligrams have canceled, you're ready to solve. Multiply across the top, 60 times 2 equals 120. Multiply across the bottom, 1 times 30 equals 30. Now divide. 120 divided by 30 equals 4 milliliters. That's your final answer. You would draw up and give 4 milliliters of Ketorolac IM. This setup keeps your thinking consistent and prevents medication errors because the units lead the way. And no matter how complex the problem becomes, this structure will still hold. Now it's time to show us what you know. Here's your practice problem. Your order is 100 milligrams IM. Available is 50 milligrams per 2 milliliters. How many milliliters will you give? Use the same 3-step setup we've practiced. Start with the ordered dose. Add your conversion factor. Cancel and solve. Pause the video and give yourself a chance to solve this problem. We'll show you the complete setup and answer next. Here's the full setup. 100 milligrams over 1 times 2 milliliters over 50 milligrams. Your milligrams cancel and you're left with milliliters. The correct answer is 4 milliliters. Did you get it? Let us know in the comments. If not, go back and watch how we set up the earlier example. With dimensional analysis, it's not about memorizing, it's about trusting your setup. In this episode, you learned how to build your dimensional analysis setup from the ground up. You practiced using real IM med math problems, canceled units with purpose, and used the same structure every time. In our next episode, we're going to use the same method for oral medication, like pills, tablets, and liquid suspensions. Because dimensional analysis doesn't just work for one route, it works for every medication you give. Subscribe to RN2 Professors to keep building your med math skills. Each time you set up a problem this way, you're strengthening clinical habits that support safety and confidence at the bedside. You're not just solving math problems, you're building the judgment nurses rely on in real practice. So stay with us. And as always, keep training your nurse brain, one calculation at a time.